Okay, so what now? What now? I'm recording this moment of the nowness of the now, like the now, where there's like no, I haven't had a chance to just go self-soothe or nothing, because this is real. This is realness, you know? Like, for example, this is the type of person I am. I see beauty everywhere. I see potential everywhere and everything. Like, there's literally no limit for me. I imagine things and just like immediately want to start manifesting it, working on it. I don't think, oh, but if this or if that. Like, I just believe. For example, small example, this shelving, okay? It was broken. This cubicle shelving was broken and used to actually stand tall. In my other videos, it was up high, right? I don't know if anybody paid attention, right? Whatever. But it was broken, and it was 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it was 12 cubicles. And it broke. And instead of throwing it out, I said, I can make this better. It's okay. I'll work with it. I'll make it beautiful. I'll make it different, because why? You know, like, why throw away something? First of all, I hate to be wasteful. And second of all, I still see potential. I still see beauty. And with my creative mind, I can whip things together and make it beautiful. And so, you know, with this land that Ty and I have been on, we've been fighting for. We wanted this property, this land. We saw a place that was neglected, abandoned, not even loved. It was hated. The people who lived here hated it, never was here, talked shit about it, you know, never took care of it, never put an energy to create from this space here. The land, the home, anything like that. But we had vision. But these past few months, especially Mercury retrograde, it shook up so much. Especially for the masculine. Masculine incarnate. But the fact that it did that and shook up and brought up so much for the masculine incarnate, the masculine energy, that means it was bringing and uprooting stuff for women, female incarnate, feminine incarnate, to review about their masculinity, their masculine side. Masculine traits, impulsivity. These are the shadow aspects of the masculine. Impulsivity, the impulse to rush immediately to anger, rage, the stubbornness, not listening. Doing, but not listening. There's a balance. It's good to do, but if you're not listening, you have to listen. It brought up a lot. So much has been shaken. And even since Mercury retrograde, certain things were still transpiring for us. And me and Ty have been trying to find all kinds of different ways to obtain the home. The current owner, I'm not going to name anyone right now. Okay, so the current owner, it's just making it impossible. I mean, this home is being foreclosed on. Okay, the payments haven't been made anymore. And this person is just so much in shadow, in pain and shadow and the other stuff going on that this person refuses to look at and work through and heal through. And she also despises me for multiple reasons. So she refuses, has not been, accommodating is not the word, just hasn't been, easy to work with. There's a word, it's like on the tip of my tongue. Like, she's purposefully making it hard because she actually doesn't want us to obtain this place. She can't have it anymore, but she doesn't want us to have it either. And so we have been using all this energy to try and find legal advice, and I mean, all kinds of stuff, even to looking at natural law, land law, I mean, everything. And surprisingly, nothing worked out, which was surprising to me because I really thought it would. And so just a few days ago, I said, Ty, it's really hitting me. This feels like Kali. This feels like Kali energy. Like, she's just coming in and fucking everything up. She's tearing everything apart. She's just destroying everything. And I mean, a lot of people don't like that energy. It freaks them out because you have to literally let go of so much. Whether it's physical, emotional, material, whatever. It's just, you have to let go. Maybe it's a habit, a concept, a thought pattern, food, actual material possessions, a relationship, situations. She will just come in and fuck up all the illusions. And maybe even some stuff that wasn't so much illusions, but it's like a tornado that comes in and she just like rips everything to shreds so that you can see, after the dust settles, you can see what is real and what isn't. What was illusion, what isn't. And you start from this space of new. She comes in and destroys so that there is awareness. Kali and Shiva, I believe. I mean, that's horrible if I actually said it wrong because I know this. But I am a little bit amped up right now. But anyway, so Shiva brings the awareness, and that's the masculine aspect of this union, these two energies. So like Kali is like known for coming in and destroying illusion and destroying extreme darkness, demons, the demon slayer. And Shiva comes in and brings the light, the awareness. And that's what this feels like. It's so crazy because we, for months, have been trying to plan this and build from this space that we thought would be ours and have really been fighting for it. But at this moment right now, what just occurred, literally what just occurred, we have just had so many obstacles that it's so interesting. And that's why I say, that you have to pull away from toxicity, toxic people, and dysfunction, and to reclaim your power, your sovereignty, and state that you don't give consent to operate within parasitic structures, right? Because people who operate within parasitic structures, people who are very aware that they are parasitic, and people who aren't aware, they live in these realities of dysfunction, of imbalanced energy where they take and do not give, where they do not live in harmony. They want to constantly take. They are energy vampires. Okay? And we had removed ourselves from this toxic person. And yet somehow she has put forth so much effort to still try very hard to cause dysfunction. And a lot of her energy and efforts have been thwarted off, like just didn't work. You know? We remain aware. We're very aware of our space in our spiritual practice and clearing and cleansing and shielding, and just also just physically removing ourselves as much as possible, having no contact and things of this nature. But wow, here I stand right now. What is today? Today is May 30th, 2018, 2:50 p.m. And I'm just saying, wow. She's tried it again. But at the same time, I'm very aware that I have been speaking up so much on parasitic structures, removing yourself from parasitic structures, from reclaiming sovereignty and power. I have. And so in a way, it is very possible that this is all part of that plan. That although we wanted this so bad, we wanted this land. I mean, that's been like a huge dream of mine for so many years. Ever since I met the angel posse in Italy, I looked at them and I was like, I need land. I need to create a community. Like, we need a place where we can all be together and do work. You know, and I've wanted land, and we had it for a brief moment in time. It's been a blessing. These months together here have been a blessing. And even before that, when we were here with these toxic people, it was still a blessing. You know, and I pray that we blessed the land and helped it in some way, and all the beings, you know, that live here as well, that there was a lot of healing, a lot of nurturing, clearing and protection. And, you know, I had dreamed of doing more, but maybe it's possible with the Kali energy and us standing more and more in our power and sovereignty and refusing to consent to the parasitic structure, to parasitic interactions, parasitic energy, that this is, in a strange way, a response to that. Because maybe we are not meant to stay here as we thought and dreamt we would. This very well could have been a season. And so we will be fully removing ourselves from the parasitic structure. I love you too. We're going somewhere new, Wolfgang. That's what it seems like. And Ty and I talked about it too. We are going somewhere new. Most likely out of state. And we've talked about moving south for a little bit, Florida, because I know some people in Florida, and hopefully we'll find a place there for our little family. You know, we got 2 baby kitties, Nava and baby Zena, and Wolfgang, and me and Ty. So, you know, we need a comfortable space. I have no problem being vulnerable. Like, I really believe in putting out the call for authentic people and tribe. People who are real and who are walking that path, who are in alignment. You know, and even one person recently reached out to me, and she is so crazy cool and like resonates so much thus far. And that's just proof that it is there, and I know it's there because I've been around other people who vibe, who are in alignment. I know that there is love out there. Not like, romantic loving a partner. I mean just love from the heart, community, people who also stand and crave community and want to maintain and cultivate that community. I've met so many beautiful people in the past 6 to 7 years from my travels to know that there are others out there desiring the same thing, that authenticity, realness, kindness, compassion, love, a helping hand to really be there and help one another, to help one another with their goals, with their lives, with their work, to work in synergy, in community. Boo boo, you can't chew on that. Don't do that. I'm trying to chew on a jar. So, and I mean, if I've been craving it and putting out that call, I know others have been. And hey, so here I am saying it publicly, just for the hell of it. So maybe some of you will actually see this and hear it. But also because this is energetic, and this is sound, and this is reverberating and going out into so many realms, going out into the universe, and I am calling that forth, that community, love-filled beings, living and working from their heart, that can help us along our way as we transition out of this place, this phase that we're currently in, and now we're obviously headed somewhere new. Like I said, we talked about moving south to Florida, like traveling down that way, and then out west eventually. The West has called me for a very long time. Lemuria calls, Soul Fam from Lemuria calls, and just certain spots in the Pacific, the Oceanic, the Pacific Rim, all of that. So I know I have to make my way there. We have to make our way there. It calls to him too. So it's gonna happen. And I know that kindred spirits will find us and we'll find them. And if you have any ideas or any properties, any properties you own that you'd be open to renting to us or helping us as we transition and get back on our feet from this place here. Some things may be temporary as we figure out where we are meant to be for the next season, the next phase. But hey, we appreciate any help at all. 'Cause so much is changing. Guys, so much is changing. And so like things that seem really, really, really fucking scary, like I said in my other video, which I haven't even published yet, I was editing it last night, is that when you feel fear, you just see it, recognize it, but don't, it's okay if you end up falling and delving into it, but once you do that, your vibration changes, and like doubt will change your reality and your vibration. So then what you were once creating, you're now creating something else. You're actually in a completely different reality, where the other reality still exists, but you're not there. You're in a different reality. And just don't let fear get the best of you. Like, acknowledge that there's fear, but where there's fear, that is just darkness. That is just an area. It is something that just needs more love, more light, more healing. And you came to this planet. You came to this reality. You came at this point in time to help with this huge shift, to be this like badass light worker renegade bursting forth so much light into so many areas of darkness. To just we're radically shifting and changing things fast. So fast that to many, for the human brain, it's incomprehensible. But it's happening. Things are shifting. Communities are forming. Living alternatively, living out of the matrix, resigning, walking away from the corrupted, distorted, dysfunctional structure that's been in place. It's all possible and it's all real, and I believe it and I know it. I've been around other places and communities where it's already happening. So we just have to continue to build and create more of these realities because it's real. We can create it. It's real. And the more that we take our power back and stand in our power, we are taking away power from them, and not in a way for vengeance. This is about correcting and balancing, harmonizing. And on top of that, these structures are not standing in their own power. They're standing in a place of disempowerment, but under the illusion that they are in power, that they have power. But they don't. They are using our power, our life force energy. They are feeding off of us. They are vampires. They are parasites. That's why it's a parasitic structure. If you walk away, stop fighting, stop struggling, stop trying to live in it and figure out a way. Just walk away and create something new, which I'm assuming, we were with this house. I guess it's a representation of that too. Like we wanted it so bad. We wanted it so bad. And actually there was a point where there is still a possibility where we could own it if this particular toxic person gives consent to the bank for them to talk to us. Then we actually could have a mortgage. But when I thought about that, I was like, wouldn't that mean I'm still participating in the parasitic structure? Because the mortgage industry, the loans and everything, this is all fraudulent. This is all fraud. This is all based on this fraud system that was put in place for these particular parasitic people to continue to siphon off human beings who are unaware of their sovereignty. And it allows these parasitic individuals to just have more money. This thing within the structure they created that makes them more powerful. So it's very possible that's what's going on right now. I guess we will not have this land and this home. And I was just yelling out into the universe, like right before I started the video. I'm like, okay, you want me to let go? I'll let go. Okay. It seems scary. There have been so many other times in my life where I've had to let go of things and people, relationships, and when you're in the moment and with all attachment, right? With the attachment, you really feel like it's like there is nothing else. Like it is the end all to be all. Like that is it. And if you let go, what will happen? But life has taught me that when I do let go, I realize that there's actually something else out there that is more aligned and greater and grander than I ever thought could be. Like I left this old life years ago when I was living in Indianapolis, and what was just on the other side of the door was amazing. And I talk about it all the time. I wouldn't change it for anything. I wouldn't change it for anything. I don't want to go back to that life. And the same has been with relationships. Like you have a hard time, like you just don't know. But when you let go, and after some time, You find a love within yourself. It's always been there. You just have to tap back in, right? Loving yourself. And also, for many, we find, or that person finds us. And it's a greater love than we ever thought. Maybe deep down we really knew it was possible, but you know, you get jaded, right? It's something that is better suited for you, that's more aligned. At this point, I have no idea if I'm rambling, but I just thought I was like, fuck, I'm just gonna record in the moment. And not, this is just because this is some real shit. This is the juiciness, this is the meat on the bones, this is real. I've talked about manifestation years ago, and I guess I never really did other videos on manifestation, but I remember. There you go. Okay, Wolf, go bark. Please. Please, so I can finish this. So, he made me lose my train of thought. Okay. When I went to Italy in 2013, it was like the second day I was there. I was like, I gotta sit down and make a video. I have to talk about manifestation. And so I talked about manifestation. And I talk about how, like, you know, there is no limit. We can truly manifest. But don't get upset when something that you have been desiring or putting intentions into or setting intentions, if it doesn't come to fruition, because sometimes you think you know what you want or what's best for you, but the universe knows better. Your guides know better. Your higher self knows better. And so it won't manifest. And it'll make you mad. You know what's so crazy is right now as I'm saying this, and I think that's why he was barking, there's a frog. It's either a frog or a toad. I always get it mixed up. Ty's really good with this stuff. But there is a frog, I believe, in our backyard. See, I'm gonna miss this place. I'm being honest. I will miss this beautiful place, just teeming with life and nature. I've watched so much transform in front of my eyes. This was the first time I got to stay here from winter through spring, and now we're almost into summer. It's the summer solstice is coming up in June. So I got to see the death and then the rebirth and all this beautiful life and plant life and creatures, like all of their life cycles. I mean, we even had like a moth lay her eggs on our curtain last week. I was like, oh my God, we've got babies. Oh my God, we've got like, and you know, eggs, think about it. It's the beginning. It's the beginning of it. Is it the beginning of the cycle? Is it the chicken that comes first or the egg, right? But, so we had eggs here. You're not going to be able to see it, but it's somewhere there. We have eggs, which means to us, we're like, wow, okay, universe is telling us, okay, so we're in a new cycle. And now the eggs have hatched, or whatever, it's now larva. So, I mean, I know the universe is saying so much right now, which it's all about phases. And that's what I said. I guess we're about to be onto a new phase, a new season. And that's how it is with manifestation sometimes. You intend for something and you want it badly, and sometimes it doesn't manifest because there is something else that is being shifted and orchestrating just for you and your loved ones. And that gives me hope. It refills my hope tank. I feel calmer now. I know when I first started the video, I was like, urgh! My masculine energy coming through, my frustration a bit. It was like shock and frustration. But, thank you for watching and listening. And hey, maybe we're going to meet one day. Maybe your family's going to meet my family. We're going to be hitting the road, I assume. And so maybe we're about to cross paths. Maybe we can help one another. And that's why I made that other video. When I said I have gifts, I have talents, I have things to offer. And that's what I'm working towards. I want synergy. I want a community. Even if we don't have the land at the moment to build a community, we have the internet, this beautiful tool. We have technology that we can use as a tool, not a distraction, to create the community, to connect with one another and help one another, work in synergy, helping one another. So I'm all for getting this community thing started. I know that I've been doing healing work for years now for free, and the YouTube thing for free, and I do it because it feels right and it feels good and it makes me happy. This is part of my purpose, and I want to do my purpose. Like, I was so depressed and irritated when I wasn't doing what I came here to do. So I want to do what I came here to do. But I also know that I do deserve to receive as well. Not just give, but receive, because of where we are. Certain things to live in this physical world are needed. And it's all possible. It's all possible. I believe I see a red cardinal. It's so red. Alright, that's it. It's now a 32-minute video, so I'm gonna get off here. And 3:11 p.m., my birthday. And at this moment right now, Ty would be sending me a kiss. Anytime we see 3:11, we kiss one another or send each other a kiss emoji. So, ciao. You take care, and may the light be with you. And I hope this resonated with you, and take what you needed from this. And hey, if you want to figure out how we can help one another out, let me know. I am all for it. I want authenticity. I don't want any kind of dysfunction. I don't, I'm stepping out of, and I don't want to partake in any kind of drama and dysfunction or anything. I stand for light and love and harmony and peace and compassion and helping others and being real, being yourself. So, if you are an authentic person, if you stand in authenticity and have similar goals and values and you know what I mean, right? I don't have to go into all this, get at me. Holler at us, we'll find one another. And until then, be blessed. Namaste. Mitakoe oyasin. Aroha nui.